So from a stress perspective, from a mindset perspective, from a clarity perspective, also from a moral authority perspective. I mean, we love fitness. It's a tool to achieve a higher version of yourself. And without fitness, things would be different, but that's certainly a huge stress reliever. Till this day, I'm grounded in my fitness. I think the day I stop lifting weights and running and physically challenging myself, the day I'm no longer qualified to be the CEO of Fit Body Bootcamp.
Welcome to the Fitness CEO Podcast, a show dedicated to helping fitness entrepreneurs launch and grow successful gyms. Here's your host, Bryce Henson. Now that you have the coveted seat as CEO of Fit Body Bootcamp, a seat that I so proudly sat in and valued and was such a big part of my identity, and truth be told, there was not a single person that I'd come across before meeting you that I would have seen in the CEO seat. In my mind, everybody was like, oh, second in command, like a VP or a chief operations officer or something like that. Never really saw anyone else in that seat. And I've told you this 100 times, that I believe that you lead and cast a better vision for Fit Body Bootcamp than I ever did. And but with that seat, heavy as the head that wears the crown, as the CEO of Fit Body Bootcamp, just as an entrepreneur, as someone that's responsible for so many moving parts, how do you manage and handle stress and the pressures of the day-to-day of running a mega business?
Yeah, it's a good question. And do I have it all figured out? No, but taking action every single day. I'm a product of my product. We share the same, brotherhood. We got into fitness because we want to change in ourselves, more confidence, more energy, more enthusiasm. So till this day, I'm grounded in my fitness. I think the day I stop lifting weights and running and physically challenging myself, the day I'm no longer qualified to be the CEO of Fit Body Bootcamp. So from a stress perspective, from a mindset perspective, from a clarity perspective, also from a moral authority perspective. I mean, we love fitness. It's a tool to achieve a higher version of yourself. And without fitness, things would be different, but that's certainly a huge stress reliever. The other one I've grown accustomed to is a nice polar plunge every morning. So with the new house that Tatiana moved in in fall of 2021, we have a pool. For the longest time when I moved in California, I was like, hey, I want a pool and a hot tub. And certainly I use them both religiously.
Does it have the best combo ever?
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. But what I've learned is cryotherapy, cold shock treatment, just absolutely incredible health benefits, reduces inflammation, reduces, or increases anti-inflammatory response in your body. But the biggest thing for me is the mental output, the mental clarity that I receive from like a 3-minute, submersion in very cold water, 45-degree water on a daily basis.
Do you do that in the mornings or evenings?
Always mornings. So yeah, I lift, go to boot camp on Mondays and Friday mornings now because I live about half an hour away, and then I'll lift weights throughout the course of the week. And then always, as soon as I'm done with my workout, I basically jump in for 3 minutes at 5:30 in the morning, and then basically get going. I'm at HQ at 6.
Nice. That's awesome. That's two very good stress relievers, cold plunge and exercise. I think exercise is like, and when I say exercise, I don't just mean gym or boot camp. I mean going out and walking in nature, hiking, running. It is the most underutilized antidepressant.
Oh yeah,
100%. And food, ironically, is the most overutilized. I'm not going to call it an antidepressant, but used to manage depression. Food and of course drugs and vices. But anyways, if people just realized how valuable that fitness was in terms of the dopamine response. I was talking to Andrew, my son, about this the other day because he's like, Dad, there's so many ways to get dopamine. Like you can get it through social media. If someone likes your stuff, well, you get a video or a post that goes viral, you get a dopamine hit. When you work out, you have a great workout, you're just like feeling so good, dopamine hit. When if you're drugged up, chemically enhanced, you get a dopamine hit. I go, so are they all the same? He's like, well, he goes, I'm partial to think that the one where you actually earned it through exercising, and he used those words, earned it through exercising. He goes, I'm partial to think that that's probably a better one. And I said, I think it is, and it's because you also get serotonin from it, right? Because the feeling of accomplishment versus, oh, I just did a drug or had a shot of whiskey or whatever, and I got this rush of dopamine. Or I won a lottery, whatever. I won $500 on the lottery scratch off, dopamine hit. My post went viral, dopamine hit. But when you earn it over time, man, that's dopamine and serotonin. Like, that is the anti-stress drug right there.
That is it. So true.
Yeah. So it's cool to hear a 17-year-old say that. I'm like, all right, he's going to be all right.
Well, he's had a little bit of influence from a legend that I know, so that probably added to that.
Thank you.
Hey, my friend, hopefully you love that short teaser of the recent episode on the Fitness CEO podcast. To check out the full episode, it will be dropping shortly, but in the meantime, there's some other episodes around here that you need to see.